As bandits hold onto victims in the FCT, the federal government declares ransom payment illegal and warns against crowdfunding. The Minister of Defense, Mohammed Badaru Abubakar, has expressed concern over persistent payments of ransom by Nigerians, particularly the increasing cases of crowdfunding on social media platforms, saying such actions fuels kidnapping in the country. The minister stated this while answering questions from the State House correspondent at the end of the weekly Federal Executive Council FEC meeting chaired by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He said raising huge money to free adoptees in the hands of kidnappers is not only against the law but counterproductive. In FCT, these kidnappings happen around the suburb and around locations that are bordering Kaduna and Niger states, and this is as a result of the current operations going on in the northwest and some parts of north central. The bandits are fleeing and they are getting shelters around these areas, and the security agencies are working very hard to push them out, block their movement, and finish this thing once and for all. The president has given us the marching order and all the support that we need, and what the security agency need is to end this thing. On crowdfunding, we all know there is an existing law against payment of ransom, so it is very sad for people to go over the internet, radio, asking for donations to pay ransom. This will only worsen the situation. It will not help the situation at all, as you have seen. Initially, they asked for 60 million naira, and now because of this funding, and I learned somebody has raised 50 million naira already through friends and media, they jack up the ransom. We believe we have to stop it. As painful as it is, we have to stop responding to payment of ransom. If we stop over time, the kidnapping will not be profitable and they will stop. It is not easy though, but that is the law. So we want to call on the people to manage the kidnapping situation intelligently and very quietly, because talking too much about it, most especially raising funds through the public media, is not productive at all and should be discontinued. Badaru said the statement by the minister followed a series of tragic kidnapping on the outskirts of Abuja. In one of the scenarios, the captors who initially seized 10 individuals from Sagwari Layout, Dutse, Abuja on January 7, 2024, escalated their ransom demands from 60 million naira to 100 million naira for the 7 remaining hostages in response to public efforts to raise funds through social media. Tragically, 3 hostages have lost their lives, attributed to delays in ransom payments by their families. The situation gained further complexity when former Minister of Communication and Digital Economy, Professor Issa Ali Ibrahim Pantami, endorsed the crowdfunding approach after an anonymous associate contributed 50 million naira towards the ransom. This development has sparked heightened concern on social media platforms, as many worry that resorting to public fundraising for ransom payments might encourage similar incidents in the future. The Inspector General of Police has inaugurated Special Intervention Squad in the FCT to cope with kidnapping situation and to stem the tide of the ugly trends. The Inspector General of Police, IGP Kayode Egbetokun, has inaugurated a special squad in the Federal Capital Territory (FCT) to address the increasing rate of crime in the territory. Speaking at the inauguration ceremony on Wednesday in Abuja, Egbetokun said the squad was made up of trained, well-equipped and highly mobile police officers. The police boss stated that the alarming rise in criminal activities without equivocation, demanded immediate and resolute action from all. According to his words, this initiative is not just born out of necessity, but out of foresight, diligent planning, and commitment to enhancing the already robust security architecture of the FCT. The FCT remains a bastion of safety and an example of efficient urban security management, and in our pursuit of excellence, we must proactively address even the slightest sign of potential threat. We are thus duty-bound to control all challenges head-on to protect the lives and welfare of our citizens. Egbetokun further stated that the squad was envisioned to include 1,000 personnel in each state, comprising officers and men from each tactical unit of the force. The squad, he said, would be complemented by a formidable arsenal of operational assets, including sophisticated arms, drones, and vehicles. Egbetokun said these assets, some of which are displayed here, are ready for deployment to counter the security threat in the country, especially in the FCT. This development symbolizes our unwavering commitment to the safety and security of our people, sending a clear message that criminal elements will find no sanctuary within the FCT and by extension Nigeria. I wish to reiterate here that this operation is more than a mere response. It is a bold strategy aimed at dismantling the criminal networks entrenched in our communities. He further stated that the squad will also engage in community-oriented policing, a testament to the Nigerian police philosophy that public safety is a collaborative endeavor. Egbetokun said working hand in hand with community leaders, residents, and all stakeholders would fortify the already strong bonds between the police force and the communities. He further stated that the idea was to ensure that every corner of the FCT remained a haven for its inhabitants.